Hi, everybody. We're going to get started in a couple of minutes, but I just wanted to pop in a couple minutes early to say hello and to thank you for joining me on this very sacred journey over the next 5 days together. I am so thrilled to have you, so honored and grateful to have you. And I thought I would pop on a couple minutes early just to make sure you guys can hear me and see me, and all the tech things are sorted out. For those of you who are listening, I welcome any comments if you can see and hear me, just to make sure we're all set to go in a couple of minutes. Amazing. Hi, Erica. I'm so thrilled to have you. And for many people that are listening, I haven't seen you for so long. So hi, Jennifer. This is like such a gift for me to be able to, I know it's not the same as in person, but just to be able to connect today is really a blessing with so many light workers. Hi, Julie. Oh my goodness, I miss you too. This is honestly such a gift for me after so many years of retreating a little bit with family, and now really stepping back into my favorite work, which is mentorship. Hi, Monia. Some people I don't see their name, but I'm so grateful to have all of you. And we'll just probably get started hi, Trish. Oh my goodness. This is I feel like this is like a reunion. So as we just get started, I really invite you to hold this time together, which will probably be about 45 minutes, really sacred. There is such a connection of hearts during this challenge. It's, there's so many topics that you can teach about, but for this challenge specifically over the next 5 days, my biggest intention for you is to feel the heart chakra connection between all of us on this challenge. Hi, Steph, Andrea, Kelly. I'm truly grateful. What a time in the world and in history and in our evolution. Many of us are having difficulty, probably for the first time, finding words and language for the energy that we're going through. So I'm going to leave maybe another minute or two for those that are joining. I don't think I'll be at a loss of words today. There's so many things to discuss. I invite you to just take a moment to close your eyes as we start this challenge. Put your hand on your heart and just take a couple minutes of silence. As we take a couple of deep breaths before we start, the two key words for this entire program that we're going to be doing together is love towards ourselves and towards others, and deep compassion towards ourselves, our journey, this timeline we've incarnated on, and also towards others. I want you to take in so much love and compassion for yourself, wherever you are in the world. And open your heart to this program. We'll be spending the next 5 days together. And although it's only about 45 minutes a day of live time, I will be holding space for you throughout this entire week. In my dreams, in my awake state. This program took about 10 years to get together. And I just want you to know how deeply honored I am to have you and how much love and compassion I have for you at this time in the world as you join me on this challenge. As you open your eyes, I invite you to keep your hand on your heart for the entire 45 minutes, or just continue to breathe, because we have so much to cover in a 45-minute period today. I don't even know how I'm going to get through everything, but what I have done is condensed as much information as I can into bite-sized soul nuggets for you. Again, I just want to thank all of you, almost 1,000 of you, for joining this International Cosmic Body Challenge. We have people from all over the world, and I am so deeply blessed to have you on this program. The reason I put this together, and there's so much to cover. Many of you I don't know. The reason I put this program together, and for those of you who do know me, I do have 4 children, a stepdaughter and 3 boys. And there was a period of years where I contemplated, what is my true purpose, and give me some clarity. And I know so many of you are with me. And, I tried to just stick with farming and parenting and retiring. And something kept calling me to stand back into my calling of mentorship. So I've been a little silent for the past 6 years. I didn't want to put something together that didn't feel deeply connected to soul. And so just so you know, this program, you have all of my soul in this program. Hopefully I won't start crying as I'm mentoring. But the authentic honoring that is happening throughout my body as I hold space for each and every one of you in the most transformational time in history, I am somewhat at a loss of words. So just know that I felt that the desperate need for all of you who are being called to stand in a leadership position from a place of heart, you are so needed. And your work right now is to just do you. So you may not know what you're supposed to be doing on this planet yet. We are in a time of limbo where timelines are merging. And we don't know if we're coming or going. We're having trouble feeling grounded and making decisions. That is divinely timed. All I can tell you is to just do you and trust that you are so needed right now that it is your time to just take the baby step with all of your heart and soul and let everything else unfold. So that's really my first message to you. One of the most beautiful quotes that I wanted to start with was, "When the student is ready, the teacher disappears." Now, we've all heard the other quote, right? When the student is ready and the teacher disappears. Many of you are in this situation where you could use some guidance, and it's like, I don't have someone showing up to mentor me or to show me the way, or maybe we're a little bit somewhat codependent on teachers and they're falling through the wayside, or their businesses are closing. Possibly, some of the teachers that you had in yoga or in spiritual healing are shutting down their doors because of the world right now. And many of us are feeling like lost children. This is divinely timed. It's because at this time in history, your master healer within is exploding out of your body. And it is time for you to take that next step in your ascension and lead in such a powerful way like never before, even if you don't know where you're going, but there is something in you that's rising and you can't put words to it. This is the reason I put this program together. So over the next 5 days, the Cosmic Body Awakening Challenge is to support your ascension, your body transformation, and to mentor you through this transition, which will obviously be more than 5 days. But I wanted to share with you some wisdom that may help you on the days that are a little bit darker. Because right now we are in a phase where there's a transition going on in the planet. There is dark and we're seeing it everywhere. But this has to happen before the explosion of light. So when you have moments right now where you are feeling like you may be descending in consciousness, like sometimes you're like, some of my clients are like, well, I used to be that positive person that everyone came to for positivity, and I don't know what happened to me. This is one of the most common pieces of insight I'm hearing. I don't know what happened to me. I used to be that beam of light. It's like I descended in consciousness. This is also divinely timed. So if over the last few years, you have felt like you took some steps backwards in consciousness and your evolution, you're not alone. Just know that we have all been experiencing this because we need to develop new muscles, new mindsets. We actually need to grow a new body and a new mind to be able to thrive and support humanity in this new age of Aquarius. So this transitional limbo phase, time is speeding up. We are having some of the things we were so good at, like making decisions, goal setting, manifesting, making vision boards, business. Like some of you may be in a situation where you're like, I used to be able to make money on command, and now it's like I can't animate anything. I can do the things I was sort of good at, like the 3-dimensional things, but I can't animate it anymore. The to-do list that used to create so much goodness seems stale. Again, just know you're not alone. This is happening on the collective, and it's divinely timed. So we'll talk about that a little bit today. Just a few things of admin before we get started. So every day at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, we will be meeting here on this link for about 45 to 50 minutes. But I will also be holding space for you throughout the day and throughout the night. So this is why this work for me is so energetically relevant in these times. I have also sent you a workbook, which I won't go through while we're talking, but just know that I am here for you. Each day has one page to contemplate your life and your heart, but don't feel it's homework. These are just questions to help guide you as your soul awakens. Your soul is cracking open and it is uncomfortable. And just know on the days where you feel like you're regressing or backtracking or going into the dark, this is deeply necessary for you to develop the spiritual muscles to lead in the time we're entering. So I'm holding your energetic hand through this. I have also included a note page for each day for you to take notes. So every day we'll be meeting here, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. For those of you in all different time zones, I'm holding you. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is I've created for you an exercise called the Heart Harmonics exercise. And I've sent you an audio this morning, but if you have Insight Timer, it's also there for you. So you can just Google heart harmonics breathing, and the breath work will show up for you. I would like to invite you to do this 5-minute exercise 1 to 2 times a day, every day for the next 7 days. So this exercise is very specifically created to facilitate your heart chakra opening to the 4th and 5th dimension and recalibrating to a completely new level of unconditional love. So there is purpose behind this technique. I hope you enjoy it. I know some of you did it yesterday. So that is there for you. And again, I invite you to do it 1 to 2 times a day as we're working through this. For those of you that are not on Facebook, I've also created a Telegram channel. It's called Auric Living. You're welcome to join that. I will be leaving voice notes throughout the day for the next 5 days. So if you'd like to join that, you'll have some extra support there as well, and we can interact. Again, I can't fit in everything into the next 5 days, but I will do my very best. So for wherever you are in the world today, we have come together to support your cosmic body awakening. Now, what exactly does that mean? This is much more than a physical body program, although part of this program will include your physical body. There is something happening to your body right now that has not happened before. You likely know people throughout the world who are experiencing symptoms. One of the biggest ones is autoimmune symptoms. So what's happening? More and more people have kicked gluten out of their diet, kicked sugar, kicked all the bad things. What's happening to our bodies? What's going on at the physical level that's creating this incredible epidemic of physical symptoms that when our body was strong, we had strong bodies. So what's going on? This is normal right now. I don't like to use the word normal, but this is divinely timed. So one of the reasons I created this program is for you to know that this is happening on a global scale. It's not just at the physical level for you. This is not about your personality or your eating habits. Now, on day 3, we will definitely talk about what I call spiritual nutrition. But more importantly, what's important is before you talk about business and nutrition and, 3-dimensional things, it's important to see the higher perspective of what's going on so that you can understand where you fit in to this cosmic shift. So as we're entering a new age, we are entering sort of the age of air. This is such a massive, we can't even contemplate the cosmic shift that's happening right now. As this shift occurs, everything about you is ascending. You are going through the biggest transformation, although it may feel subtle for some, and it may feel more major for others. You are ascending and transforming at the molecular level to be of higher frequency. So what does that mean? Well, the trillions of cells in your body are up-leveling along with humanity. We are all getting a makeover. This is energetic. This is happening at every layer of your body. So not just your physical world, but your physical body. And so temporarily, what this has done is put us in a state of uncertainty. Most people don't know where their life is going. They don't know where their day is going. They can't make decisions. They feel like everything they used to be good at, like being certain, has disappeared. They're not sure what to eat. So the 3-dimensional things that are happening are almost now untrue. It's not that some of these tools are not going to be helpful, like, your business tools of the 7 habits and creating vision boards and goal setting and things like that. But just know that they are now outdated. The way we eat is now outdated. For those of you who are healers and in the cosmic space all the time, you'll know that our bodies are ascending towards living off of 0 point energy. This probably won't happen in our lifetime. But one of the reasons why so many of you are now sensitive to almost everything, you're almost like canaries, we can use you guys to feel too many EMFs, toxins in the food, toxins in the environment. I am one of those people. I've spent the last 5 years strengthening my body through many practices, including detoxification, to be able to handle the three-dimensional world, because my body became so sensitive that even if there was a cell phone tower a kilometer away, I couldn't function. So many of you are canaries. Just know this is on purpose. This is divinely timed. It's not just because you're eating gluten. Now, again, like I'm saying, it's fine to look at three-dimensional trainings and be like, okay, I should cut out caffeine and sugar and gluten. There are things that can help serve you. But this is so much deeper than the food level that it's important for you to know where you fit in. So at the very fundamental energetic level, we are going through a quantum shift. Our cells are going through a quantum shift, our minds, our bodies, everything. So what's the point of focusing on business and relationships and money and what should I do in my day? Should I clean my house, do my laundry? Those are all great. But if the foundation of a new ground is missing, what's the point? What's the point of focusing on, getting to that next level of paycheck and business and clients and more, if our body is telling us it's time to unclutter, to de-stuff? Your body is becoming super sensitive because it's time for you to grow not only a new body, but a new life. So many of you have been feeling for maybe a decade that it's time to make some pivots, but when it's subtle, we tend to not do anything about it. We usually wait till we're kicked out of the cage before we actually move. Well, look at the world. This is the perfect time to get kicked out of the cage of where you were and start afresh, to rebirth yourself, to create a new energetic ground. So over the next 5 days, I'm going to share with you some techniques, some resources, some guidance, and some suggestions to help you understand what's not only going on with your body, but almost how to grow a new life, if that makes sense. What is going to be needed for you to thrive in this new era? So again, it is fine to still live the way you used to pretend that you can, but I will tell you, your body is waking up and it won't let you stay there for very long. So I know many people who are like, okay, well, in 6 months to a year, we'll just go back to the way it was. And even for the people who, the world looks the same somewhat, but it is it's like we're shifting timelines every day. Does anyone feel like, am I living in a movie? Every day feels like you're on a different planet almost. What is going on? Time is speeding up. Timelines are merging. And this is why we're having so much trouble making decisions, because tomorrow you might need to make another one. So don't be hard on yourself if you're like, I was never that limbo person. I was never that ungrounded person. But now it's like, I can't even figure out what to eat for dinner. And I am literally a chaotic mess of limbo. This is also divinely timed and supposed to happen. The gift in this time in planetary history is that you are given an opportunity to feel in your chakra system and in your body what is true for you now. Because over the last 2 decades, but very significantly over the last 5 years, everything in your physical world has almost been a test for you. What is now true for you? Likely something you wanted a year ago is not true anymore. And this is why vision boards right now, although they still are beautiful, there are different tools that will serve you better. To-do lists, scheduling, and vision boards, it may not be the correct approach for where we are right now. And I will share more on that. But I am the biggest fan of the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. But what I will tell you is you will take with you the skills that you've learned and the gifts that you have from three-dimensional world. But it's time to develop a completely new toolbox. So it's not that it's never going to work anymore, those three-dimensional beautiful tools. But you're going to almost have to be a sifter and be like, okay, this time management tool is great, but I now need to layer on 8th chakra tools, which we'll talk about over the course of the week. What is the 8th chakra? We're going to talk about all of this. If you are feeling like you're living in like virtual reality world, you are. Things are not sorted yet. When the planet is uncertain, of course you're going to feel ungrounded and in limbo, right? There are things that you can do right now to support your growth. But what I want to share on today's date is a reminder that you are going through such a massive awakening. There isn't language for it. Now, some moments it might seem subtle, right? And this is why when we don't have something to hook into, like our old life, we feel so ungrounded that we can't function. So we are ascending so quickly that our bodies aren't able to move at that same speed, because again, your body is the lowest vibrational level of your aura, of your being. It's the heavy, dense matter that takes so much time to make changes. The shifts that are happening at the energetic cosmic level for you, you've already ascended way past where we are in time right now. But your body is a dense matter. It takes so much work and time to move that your etheric body, like your energetic body, is leaps ahead of your physical body. So there's this gap where your energy body is like, come on, it's time. And your physical body is trying to catch up. This is why you're experiencing the wackiest of physical things that you're like, you know, I always check out with a healthcare professional when you have physical symptoms. But what I will tell you is this is on the energetic level first, more than the physical one. So just know that you are shifting. And, you know, I've been to many retreat centers where there was a room full of women, especially, who couldn't get a diagnosis. They didn't know what was going on with them. And yes, you can label them as autoimmune, of all kinds of things. But at the very root of this, it's because you're energetically ascending and up-leveling faster than your body. So your body is going through, it's in the body shop. So honor yourself with such deep compassion that you are loving these. You know, love the dysfunction right now. Learn to honor it and to understand that, you know what, without this, I wouldn't question my whole life. This is the time to contemplate every dimension of your life, your work, your day, how you parent, how you educate yourself, how you spend your money, how you make your money, how you eat, everything. You're given this beautiful time to question everything and to make changes where you need them. Never in history has the world given you permission to rebirth. Like, when has this ever happened before? You can completely shift your life, and everyone is in such chaos that they won't even notice. And honestly, even if they notice, they're so consumed with their own stuff that they will be too tired to gossip about you. You know what I mean? There is so much going on. So regardless of your age, we are getting all up-leveled together. And this is why we need a community of light workers to support one another. If you're an empath, and of course, I always forget to share my own story, which maybe I'll do tomorrow because I just have too many things to share. But if you're an empath or a light worker, you are ascending even quicker. So you may be even more out of sorts right now. Things like hair loss, and I mentioned them on many of my videos, hair loss, autoimmune, skin issues, hormone issues, vaginal issues, all kinds of things going on with your body that you're like, there's something in you that knows, although it's showing up on the physical level, it's not just menopause. It's not just that you turn 40 or 50 or 60. It's not just that you're a mom. There's something deeper going on. And this is what I want to support you with is what do you do? What do you do with all of this? So today is about awakening and to recognize that it's time for you to create a new ground. We're not grounded right now. So this is why a lot of you have been called to garden, to farm, to buy farms, to buy land, to get cozy, to hibernate, to make your circle of influence smaller and hold them so dear and tight. This is all the cosmos giving you signals to become more intuitive. Some of you have actually been experiencing higher level cosmic gifts coming in, psychic abilities, telekinesis, astral projection, more divine signs in your sleep, healing abilities that you didn't have before, energy coming through your hands that is literally able to heal yourself and others, skills that you didn't have yesterday are starting to show up. You might not know exactly what's going on, but you're starting to get guidance that hold tight because something big is coming. Just honor that your intuition is really growing to the next level and it is happening. So you're not going nuts. You are not going, you're not going mad. But what is important to know is if it happened super quick, your ascension happened super quick, probably your mind wouldn't be able to manage that. And that's why a lot of people are having major dark nights. Mental health is not only such a big thing in terms of the physical world, but because we're ascending so quickly, some of us haven't been trained to be able to manage that on the spiritual level. So this spiritual dark night or the spiritual crisis is happening in such a huge way that we often don't know how to manage that. So just know that this is divinely timed and you're not alone. It's happening to millions and millions of people on the planet, but we haven't come together to support each other. There hasn't really been a place, an authentic, safe space for all of us to be like, oh my God, I can't talk to my friends about this because I feel like I'm the only one experiencing it. We want a safe space to be able to share that I'm a different person than I was a year ago. I just want to feel peace. I just want to feel I'm not as ambitious as I used to be, and I'm letting go. I'm transitioning. The biggest transitioning that you're probably realizing right now is the cosmos are moving you from human doing to human being. And don't underestimate how difficult of a journey this is for all of us who have been conditioned since before birth to do. We have been conditioned since before birth to be human doings. And when you come to that time in your life, the cosmos are really creating all of us to crack open to sort of the afternoon and evening of our life where deep grief is coming up over this transition. As we slow down and we stay home more and we sit and we contemplate and we have more quiet, so much grief is coming up over that child in you, that innocent child in you who was conditioned with fear and with the energy of being busy and doing to get rewarded and to get love. So many of us have been raised in a society where love was based on what we did, or we perceived it as I get love when I do something successful. As we awaken and transition from human doing to human being, your body is releasing so much resistance and tension and energy that is no longer needed because you're healing. You are healing not only on an individual level, but we are healing collectively. You are here right now to heal. And this is why so many of us, me included, it's like, I need hours a day to heal. I need so much time to heal. I need self-care. I mean, this isn't a coincidence that so many of us are feeling like personal time, retreat time, healing time, meditation time is now more important than work. Have you ever questioned that? It's not just you because of your physical symptoms or because you're going through an autoimmune. I mean, it's important to honor what your body is going through, but it's not about the body. We are archetypally transitioning to a completely higher level of heart opening. We are literally, our hearts are opening to unconditional love, which many of us, we may experience that with our kids, but to be able to experience unconditional love for the planet and every human being on the planet, it's not an easy task. We don't have a lot of mentors who teach us this, right? So as our heart chakras are opening to higher levels of unconditional love, don't be afraid to let grief come out. Don't be afraid to cry, to bawl your eyes out, to have a dark night. Honor whatever is showing up. This rebirthing period that you're going through is, again, like I mentioned, at the energetic level is happening quickly. But your body is the lowest vibrational level of your being. And your energy level, your subtle bodies are like, come on, body, we're ready to ascend. We're healed already. But your body is lower vibrational energy, right? It's dense, it's physical matter. So it's taking time to catch up. So have love and compassion for every symptom in your body because you are healing at such a fast quantum rate that the body is doing its best. Have so much compassion towards it, towards everything it's gone through. The other thing that's really important to know is that not only have you incarnated on this timeline to heal yourself, but you are here right now to heal generations of trauma. And I am not a psychologist, nor do I claim to be, but what I do know to be true from my own experience is there is energy stored in your body that I call resistance or density that is not from your lifetime. You may have a lineage that went through war, suppression, all kinds of dark. And this incarnation for you, you are a light worker, you are here to heal. Even if you're not a healer in the traditional sense, like you're not healing others, you are a healer in your archetype or you wouldn't be on this webinar. You are here, yes, to heal yourself, to heal your body, but you are also here to release trauma from lineage, probably over 20 different generations of trauma. So if some of you have done body work, have gone through body work or healing, where you're releasing heaps of grief, and yes, some of it could be from your lifetime, but it's like, well, it just keeps coming out. We are such a pivotal, you are so important right now in our cosmic evolution that you don't even understand. Like you might think it's about you and what you do for work and how you take care of your family and your kids. Yes, that's important. But you are here at a very significant time in humanity. You are here to be that light, to heal the trauma and to rebirth for new levels of light. Some of the things I'm sharing today, you may already know because you're in that world. But for those of you that this is new, it's a lot, but it also gives you permission to grieve. So any trauma that has been stuck in the body from your lifetime, from past lives, from generational, is wanting to be released right now. It's wanting to come out. And that's why your intuition is like, you need to detox, you need to cleanse, you need more time, more quiet time, you need to work less, you need to have more time by yourself, you need to monitor and manage your boundaries and who you spend time with. This is divine guidance. Listen to every little nudge you get, because these are your cosmic gifts to not only, it's not just about you. It's not about the personality level is a little chunk of it, but you're here to heal an entire lineage of souls that has incarnated and create light for what's coming, because it's massive. And to give you a glimpse of where we're heading, you may read a lot of ancient texts like I do, but we are becoming vessels of light. So this is why I mentioned in one of my videos, we will get to a place where sunlight becomes our source of nutrition and our source of healing. We are not there yet. So yes, we need to eat. But if you are finding you don't need as much food, you don't need to eat the way you did a year ago, you need to honor that. On day 3, we're going to talk more about food and nutrition and cleansing and detoxing, because that's the release day. But today, I just want to awaken in you to listen to the guidance you're getting from the divine, because it's there to help move your body to where you're supposed to be in this lifetime. It's there to support the unstuffing. One of my mentors says, we've been conditioned since we were kids to stuff. We stuff our feelings, we stuff our house, we stuff everything, we stuff our closet, but we stuff our bodies. Again, it's not about food. We stuff our bodies with unhealthy energy. We stuff our bodies with energy that over time becomes physical. And this is why a lot of people all of a sudden are feeling weight gain, but they're eating less. It's like, what's going on? Well, it's not just because you're not eating enough small meals or you're not working out enough. All of the energy of trauma is so ready to be released that if we don't do something with it, it solidifies into physical matter. And then we're feeling it in certain areas of the body. So just honor that all of this energy that's ready to go. This time in history is so beautiful. It is healing time. It's so ready to be lovingly released. And when it isn't released, you feel heavy and stuck and everything you don't want to feel. And that is a gift, because it's trying to tell you it's ready to go. And again, we'll talk tomorrow about, how does that impact the mind, and how does that impact how we need to really learn to think. We're not trained to think as kids. We don't know how to think. And what happens, I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, when we're not thinking from a place of conscious awareness, what takes up that space? Fear. So all of the unused space in our beautiful brains that isn't used for creativity is consumed by fear. And so we're in a world right now where you don't even know what's going on. This separation between humanity, I have such grief over it, but it is necessary for us to reorder. It's necessary for us to rebirth. And we are moving towards such beautiful light. Like I mentioned, we are ascending at such quick rates that we will not need as much food. And this is why my passion and my work in spiritual nutrition is we need to learn how to eat in a completely new way. We need to vibrationally nourish our body. It's not about the food, it's about the frequency of the food. And we're going to talk about this on Wednesday. For today, I just wanted to create permission for you to understand that the rebirth you're going through, whatever your age, is divinely timed for right now. And to have a different perspective on it, instead of looking at it like maybe I'm falling apart or descending, or maybe a couple of years ago was the best I was going to get, when I was in shape and the gyms were wide open and I had my yoga studio. Maybe that's the highest I'm going to get to in this lifetime. Maybe I'm on the descend. Just know that that is completely not true. You haven't even experienced where you're going yet. But in order to experience it in the physical world, the rebirth, the recalibration, the ascension must happen first, because you would not be able to hold the light that's coming in your current being. There is a lot of work that has been done by, Barbara Brennan from the Barbara Brennan School of Healing, and many others, healers and teachers, talk about this. If you ascended too quickly, the light that came in so quickly, your body wouldn't be able to hold. And many people have experienced instant psychosis because the body can't hold, isn't trained to hold that amount of light yet. So you're given this time warp, this weird time in history that hasn't ever been experienced before, to ascend your being so that when the light comes into you and downloads, which is going to happen, you're ready, you're prepared. Has anybody told you this is happening? No. Even when you go to see a healthcare professional, this conversation doesn't happen. So we're just focusing on the physical body, which is the lowest vibrational body of you. And so why aren't we talking about the subtle body? And many people are now digging somatic healing, quantum healing. And for me, I was in med school, and I mentioned this, I was in med school, and it took me, it was a dark night of the soul making a decision. But what I realized was, for the work I truly want to do, I was limited with the license. And I have the deepest of regard and respect for the medical community. And again, I pursued that for a reason. But I realized, for the work I want to do, I can't have a label, or I need to feel completely free to truly express my beliefs. And so quantum medicine is where I've now landed. You will see a huge surge of flower essences, of homeopathy, of quantum medicine over the next 5 years. So don't be afraid of it. Embrace it, because your being will be of a different vibration than it was 2 years ago. So it will heal way faster. You don't even know the power that's happening, the power that is being developed in your body right now. So whatever's going on in the physical level, honor, love it, seek the healthcare professional support that you need. But just know that massive light is going to be beaming into your body, and enjoy this prep time. Do whatever your intuition is telling you to do. Set a new foundation for your soul. Your soul is taking over. The ego, you're integrating, you're healing, you're releasing, you're integrating. You're integrating 10, 20 generations before you. You're healing their trauma, which is why you might just feel like bawling right now. For maybe the last 2 years, you felt just like bawling, or you're not ready to start a project, or you start something and it's like, no, this doesn't feel right. Honor that. As you heal and integrate the ego, what is coming is so high vibration that you're given this beautiful time to get ready, to set a new ground, to rebirth, and to be able to receive heaps of light that's coming into your world. So just get ready for it. This week, I'm going to prepare you for it and help you. What do I do? How do I manage it? How do I prepare my home? How do I prepare my life, my food? Like, what do I do? And that's why I created this, is to support you. But this day is about knowing what's coming, understanding that grief, especially shame and grief, are two biggies that are wanting to be integrated and healed and released. And as you do this, not only are you going to feel energetically lighter, but you're going to physically transform. You're going to look different. As you go, you're in the body shop right now. As you come out, you will look like a different person. And yes, movement is important. Nutrition is important. But the energetic power of this transformation is going to bring your body along, that it will be different. You're going to look completely different at the end of it. So don't stress about that. Don't stress if you're not doing cardio like you used to, or working out, or eating perfect. Don't even worry about that. We're talking about much higher dimensional, multi-dimensional healing that's going on. And knowing what's happening and understanding the body dis-ease that's going on, I want you to look at it as body morphing. Your body is morphing, and you are, for me, the biggest awareness I had for a lot of people is the adulting going on. Even if you're 70, the adulting going on, you are maturing to a cosmic light being. And you are, if you've had some trauma, deep trauma in your life, you may have started to go through the process of adulting and the death that has happened of the innocent child archetype in you, the death of the innocent child. It may have happened earlier in your life, but it is happening now as a collective. We are grieving a death. We're grieving the old us. We're grieving the collective. We're grieving the death of an era and an age. And so your grief is not just about your own little personality, right? You're feeling the feelings of an entire planet and of the cosmos. And the only way to truly heal through this is to embrace and allow what's happening to your heart. Your heart chakra is now taking over your entire being. It's been ready for a long time, but as you heal the ego and integrate the ego, the heart can actually show you its power. And yes, you may think, well, I'm very heart-led and I'm very compassionate, but you don't even know the potential. We were trained mind first, then body, then heart, right? We're recalibrating to heart first, that then directs the mind, that then directs the body. So the mind is the creator, but the powerhouse is the heart. And that is not how we were conditioned. So there is a major grieving period happening right now. Own it. If you want to wear your pajamas for every day, like I had a day last week where we drove from Nova Scotia to BC. And I was wearing my pajamas to go into a gas station. And I'm like, I would have never done this 5 years ago. But there is something about me that it's like, I am just honoring that I am in the body shop right now and it's all good, right? If you be comfy, be cozy. You may be eating your feelings right now or craving foods from when you were a kid or foods you craved when you were pregnant if you've had kids. This is because, the way we eat is very much associated with our inner child. And as our innocent child, there is a death going on. And we are maturing into a new level of ascended being. And that death, there is a major grieving period. And some of you have also lost humans during this. So not only are you grieving your own death of your innocent child, but you're grieving people in your life. And I lost my dad a couple of years ago during this time in history. But what I can tell you is it opens your heart to such a level of compassion that you are a different person and you look different, you act different, and you almost don't want to talk because your body, energy of your body speaks so loudly that there's not a need for words. So you don't be afraid if you're moving to, you don't want to be as chatty. You don't want to talk to people as much. It's not that you're becoming a hermit. Some of you may want to be a hermit now, but honor what you feel you need right now. And we're really going to dive into more of this, the mind we're really going to focus on tomorrow. But what I can tell you, one little nugget that you're going to hear in the heart harmonics breathing exercise, every time your heart beats, the torus of energy, the circulatory energy of that pulse, that energetic pulse touches the heartbeat of the planet every single time your heart beats. It not only links with the heartbeat of the planet, but it links with the heartbeat of the cosmos every time it beats. The power of your heart to heal your being, it doesn't know time. So it can be instant healing. And this is why some people, the miraculous healing that happens, it's because something happened to their heart. They experienced present moment awareness and such a deep level of compassion that their body healed in an instant. This is possible for you. And this is the work we're going to do over the next 5 days. So I could keep talking for decades, but what I will tell you is the heaviness in your body that you're feeling is not about the food. I mean, we've all probably experienced eating our feelings over the last 2 years, but this is trauma, partially, that is ready to be healed and to be released. Lower vibrational energy that isn't processed and isn't released over time transforms into density in the body. And it's time right now for us to all release that. But it's not the same way of 10 years ago when we had to pound the pavement or run or do a marathon to get rid of the pounds. It's energetic. So as you heal, you will lighten, you will feel, there will be so much space in your world to breathe that you won't have language for it. And just to finish off for today, when you fully experience breath, you will fully experience life. As you heal, and as we heal as a team and as a family, our life will transform overnight. One of my mentors says dysfunction in your life is because of dysfunction in your breath. And the planet can't breathe right now. So our work as individuals is to breathe for the planet, breathe for our own life. And as we do this together, space will be created for healing like you've never experienced before. And over these 5 days, you will start to experience, and I can't wait to hear from you. So I'm leaving you with, your workbook has a page for you to contemplate for day 1. And the heart harmonics breathing exercise on Insight Timer, but also you got the email with the audio. I invite you to do that 1 or 2 times today, and then we'll meet here tomorrow. And I can't wait. Tomorrow is all about mind unlearning, what we can do to get that release and prep ourselves for our day 3, which is the big one. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with me. I'm sending so much love, high frequency to you for major breakthrough today. Sending love.